Hey everybody, so this is a quick update video for whoever's seeing my YouTube journey and what I've been doing right now. So, a quick update on what has been going on behind the walls. So, I've been building my agency, I've been scaling my outreach and getting new clients right now. But I just wanted to share something with you all before you actually build assumptions around how does a cold email agency perform or what the numbers look like. So before that, before getting in touch with an agency, like I'm talking about one of the top agencies out there in the entire world, like the top 1% agencies on Smartly. I'm talking about them. So I recently got access to their dashboard, their Smartly dashboard, by the way, and it showed me, like, it opened my eyes. It honestly showed me something which was beyond my expectations, and not in a good sense, in a bad sense. Like, I'll explain that in a bit. So what happened was, right now I'm building my agency. I'm running outreach, I'm getting on sales calls right now, trying to close clients. But when I saw that agencies, I won't take name, but when I saw that agency's dashboard and it included all of their clients and all of their campaigns that they've ever run, and their founders, by the way, on YouTube as well. So um yeah. So when I saw that, something changed in my mind. Like, it changed a lot of my beliefs and perceptions. So what usually happens is, when you watch someone's YouTube video, beat any creator, right? Even if they are an agency owner, you build a perception that they might be doing excellent in their life and excellent in their work, right? And you might be setting some numbers up. So, for example, the cold email funnel goes like this: you send emails, so you reach out to a number of leads, then you get replies, and then you get positive replies, right? Now, I had a particular number in my mind, that this is what it should be, right? Like, this is what it takes to be the best, or at least the bare minimum as well, especially in 2026 when cold email is getting harder to get results for. And when I saw that agencies, like, they have more than 50 plus clients right now, so they're making more than $1 million a year, by the way. So when I saw that agency's dashboard, and when I actually looked at their numbers, by the way, they have like thousands of campaigns going on and over throughout their clients, right? And they do cold email for themselves as well. So when I saw their metrics, when I saw their numbers, they were nowhere close to what I had set for myself. Like, they were really low. Like, they were up. I mean, honestly, from the outside, until I saw that their dashboard, I thought that they might be crushing it right now, but that was not the reality. Like, from my perspective, because I have set my standards really basic, like really low, um, compared to what people are actually getting in the industry. So I'll give you an example. For positive reply rate, my expectation is that it should be minimum at least 10 to 15%, right? And when I saw that agency's dashboard, um, I mean, it makes me feel weird saying this, but they had like a 2%, 1%, 5% positive reply rate out of all the replies they were getting. And for the basic threshold for reply rate, my threshold is 2%. That this is the minimum that we should be getting. And that was the same for the founder itself when he was explaining it in his YouTube videos. But when I saw his dashboard, the numbers were really not, like, they were not looking good. So the numbers were more or less on the 1% and below 1% side. And that made me question that this guy is preaching a lot of things which are actually good for the cold email space, and which shows that this guy has a lot of experience in this agency space. But yet his own agency is um, looking bad on numbers, right? So that made me question, how can we even, like, how much do we trust all these content creators and agency owners out there? What is even true at this point in time? Like, and I know this video is not there to just um, teach you something. I mean, it's just a reflection of what I've seen in the past few days, and how I would, you know, think about these creators in future. And I'm not here to defame anyone, but I'm just reflecting on myself and how I've been thinking about the metrics. Like at this point, I just feel like for you to get a client for your agency or for your business, it's not that difficult. Like now I'm able to see that, because earlier, when in my early days, when I did not have any um, results, I would say, like any proven results or any proven campaigns, because I did not execute them. Um, I did not have a lot of confidence, even when I was on sales calls or anywhere, right? Because I did not have a good testimonial. Obviously, I could fake it, I could show fake numbers or whatever, but I didn't want to do that. And I didn't want to break my client's trust. So I started building things up. I started running campaigns. I started getting good results. One of my campaigns saw 8% reply rate. One of them saw a 3% reply rate. And that's way above and way higher than any of the campaigns I've seen for that one top 1% agencies um, dashboard, like their clients, right? I mean, I'm stunned. Even when I'm talking about this, I'm just kind of confused right now that what is even true that is being uh, positioned as on the internet. I don't know. I don't know. Like people calling themselves, which is backed by data, people calling themselves being in the top 1% agencies, which is true. But now I understand that they're doing pure volume. Like they send millions of emails a month, and they're just doing it by horizontal scaling. Obviously, that's what works in cold email now. But more importantly, they've just been playing on pure volume, because even when I saw their copy, like they had a bunch of account managers and I saw each one of them's copy, it was nowhere close to what standards I have set for myself. Like I've set standards like making copy hyper personalized and hyper relevant for each prospect, but they were just mass blasting uh, based on a particular segment, right? Like, and the proof was that they were not getting results. Like they might be booking a bunch of meetings even with so much volume. Like some of the campaigns had thousands and thousands of prospects in it, like 30, 40, 50,000 prospects, and they were still able to get like what, 75 positive replies out of it. And that makes me genuinely question what went wrong. And when I saw their copy, I realized that where the issue is, right? Like where things are going bad. Like, why cold email is called like something that's dead for the past few years. Although it still gets some meetings, but the percentages of decrease, right? The proportions that used to get results before have decreased. So, what is my takeaway from this video, or what should be your takeaway? It should be, I mean, I'm no one to tell you what should be your takeaway, but what I've learned is that don't trust anybody on the internet that easily. And until and unless someone actually shows their results, someone actually shows their freaking dashboard, don't just blindly trust them. I've literally seen people post a bunch of, what do we call it, like a bunch of dashboard screenshots, and they've been getting like 90% positive reply rate, and that's nowhere to close to what this agency guy was seeing for himself and his clients, by the way. So I have seen people getting 10% reply rates, and I have seen people getting 90% positive reply rates, which is insane. Like that's the best you can get in the market, right? And it's primarily because of the copy in the offer, because there's not much that you can do on the list side as well. Like there is just some basic stuff that you can do, but apart from this, I don't think you can do much. And yeah, like to add to that, when I used to learn about cold emailing from all these YouTube content creators and agency owners, they used to talk about things in the air. Like they used to say, "Oh, this list building is extremely important for you," or "Is the it's the most crucial thing." But they would never explain what does this mean. Like they would never break down things that they would say in a second. Like right, like I heard people say that list building is one of the most important parts of cold email. And then they would never explain what a good list looks like, right? Like what a good segmented list looks like. They would just do some basic firmographic industry based on, like, they would basically segment people based on industry, revenue, employee size, maybe location as well. But that's just basic list building, like, right? Like, you're not doing anything different than that. Everybody is literally doing the same freaking thing. So how are you different? Like, how are you making yourself different when you say that, oh, I'm the best at list building? Like, dude, you're not even doing what is needed beyond that. So that is what made me question, how do I differentiate myself? If a like if that 1%, top 1% guys doing this in his own agency, and this is how he's running his agency, honestly speaking, I could build that way more easily just by looking at the copy that they're going for, and looking at the um what do we call it, looking at the structures that they're using, looking at the SOPs that they have. I mean, things are not looking good at their end, I would be honest with you. And that's the reason probably why this guy has insane volume sending out, because they can't get results from smaller volume, obviously. They can't get a 8% reply rate. I did not even see any reply rate beyond like 5%. All right. 20%. Yeah, there was one campaign with a 20% reply rate or 45% reply rate, I think. And that was primarily because it was all interested leads. So they were all warm leads. I'm talking about cold outreach here, right? Cold leads, cold traffic. So yeah, man, these guys talk about offer creation, list building, and a bunch of other things, right? They teach all of that, but now I realize that the teachers are itself not cracking it. Like, the coaches are not even able to crack things themselves. So yeah, man, I mean, now I know what I need to do and what I need to do differently than these people to stand out. Because, you know, someone sending millions of cold emails a month, it's pretty easy to generate meetings, but 500, 800 meetings, right? But the question is, if you're capable, if you're truly capable of doing that, you could do that at lower scale as well. And that's what I want to master. That's why, that's how I would define myself as the best cold email expert in the market. If I could achieve those numbers, even at smaller volume, I don't need to send millions of emails a month. If I could do that with lakhs of emails a month itself, right? 100,000 email, 500,000 emails sent per month, and I can generate the same or even more volume of meetings out of it. That's what real skill is. And I'm telling you, I can do way better than those people are doing. And now it gives me some confidence that I can actually build a much, much bigger agency than them, just because of my thinking, and just because of how I would do things differently. All right. I'm experimenting with a bunch of things. So something around cloud code personalization, relevance, and signal research, right? All of that stuff. So yeah, let's see where things go. And I'll keep you posted, guys. See ya. Bye.